by dear name of Creator of all existence. This is part 4 of my religious notes, and in the following you hear a short introduction about this part's notes. But before you continue, I must mention that part 1 contained main introduction to all my religious notes. It is better if you listen to part 1 before you listen to this part. Before I start with this part, I have another short notice about part 3. In some of notes of part 3, I sound very stressed, tense or angry, and in some other my voice sound like I had cold, and because of cold I was not able to speak clear, but catching cold was not the cause. In those notes that I sound tense and angry, it is because I have made the note when I was under more than normal, getting constantly shouted at. In some of these notes you can hear the music in background. It is because I used music to reduce pressure of hearing their shout. When I talk about over normal, getting shouting at, it mean on that time that I have made a note, maybe I was under few weeks long, 24 hours a day, continuously, getting shouting at, by 5 to 15 people, without any real opportunity to sleep. Of course, unless my tiredness was as much as I fall in sleep under their shout. And again of course, I could only continue keep sleeping as long as I continue heard their shouting, and even dreamed their send nightmares, but my tiredness was as much as it kept me sleeping. Under such heavy psychological attack it is natural that no one can continue keep ignoring those whom shouted all the time for several weeks, or several months. Therefore, it happens sometimes that I shout back at them, as a way of defense to reduce their pressure. When I sound like I had cold, it is the next day, or later on the same day that I shouted back at them. And too much shout back has caused that I sound different and sound like I had cold. Disappointedly, my anger is well visible too, in what I say in some of my notes of such times. Well, it is natural that my mood in such times cause that notes sound more threatening or revengeful than usual. Surely on that times that I have got heavily shouted at, I am not the only one and suffer, and somewhere around the world, you were and suffer of a storm, a hurricane or else too. Or maybe my getting heavily shouted at ended for you with an earthquake or tsunami. If you wonder why I do not ask for help at police, at authorities, or at people, I must say that I've got born and lived 23 years in Iran, and I lived 28 years in Denmark, and I have learned Iran and Denmark's law, religion and culture with my life in these two countries. My lifetime-long experiences has shown me that, according to Iranian and Danish laws, religions and cultures, it is not only not any law break to put me under such heavy psychological attacks, but also it is well popular at people, as much as even many TV channels and radio stations fully cooperate with those whom shout at me, and there are many times that they talk, live, and, on air, directly about me and what goes around me, about whom did what or said what to me, and how I reacted, exactly like their reporter is there too. What I am to say is that, my lifetime-long experiences has shown me that in fact which is a true law break in Iran and Denmark and is totally against society's gods, laws, rulers, religions, cultures, people, their religious or their nationalism, is only smallest sort of cooperation with me, against those whom shout at me. Disappointedly, Iran and Denmark are no longer alone in this case. And from what I can see in American movies and media, it looked like international society has as well found putting me under, shouting at, and psychological torture to be very amusing and popular at their people. I end this long notice by mention that I call this sort of psychological attacks systematic psychological torture. If you want to know more about it, you can listen to my speech 5 which called, Mankind is Programmable, Like Computers. Back to main subject which is about notes of this part. This part contain 5 notes. It start with note 18 and end with note 22. Note 18 is about value of innocence. This note is in 3 continuously files, and its title is To survive from God's anger and catastrophes, innocence is not enough. Note 19 is about God and His prophets. This note is in 2 continuously files, and its title is, Which God is Real God, and Obeying Which Prophet is Obeying True God. Note 20 is about Christians. This note is in 2 continuously files, and its title is, Do not mistake and expect of normal man to be like a true prophet, and of a true prophet to be like a normal man. Note 21 is about exposing alphabet's codes. This note is in 3 continuously files, and its title is, God True Prophets Must Not Kept Dependent on Any. Note 22 is about rejecting me, and its title is it really in benefit of all of you to not only reject me, but also keep me under suffer and torture? I hope that you find these notes useful. Written by Prophet King Sayyid Muhammad Ali Meraji, King of Kingdom of Creator of all existence in earth, and Sasani and Hakim Aneshi of Persia. Reader, Heather from Natural Reader of Natural Soft.
In every disaster, in every catastrophe, in every earthquake, flood, storm, or whatever else disaster, catastrophe, is there are some some children whom are no more than under 3-4 years, They are too young, to have any sin, any sort of sin, And as people used to say, innocent as a child, like a child. It is, but they get killed, They get killed in earthquakes. So, fact of survive in this planet, fact of survive in God planet, is not just innocence. If it was innocence, God would have leave or under 3 or 4 or whatever years old children unharmed in his earthquakes, storms, and so on. But it is not what happened, When the fire fall in forest, it is not only dried out and dead trees and bushes whom burn. All the green and dead bushes and trees all together will burn and die. So do not think, just being innocent can save you from God. Or there is need for much more than innocence to survive in God's planet. For example, let's say there is a God prophet and there is a bad guy and there is a good, innocent guy. Doubtless, God prophet prefer, the good guy being at his side and obey him. But he don't, And the bad guy is more clever. He does not obey the God prophet, but he stands beside him in the good guys against the good guy. And whom in this fight you think God will help? The good guy or the prophet and the bad guy? Of course, God saved his prophet, and in this way he have to save that boat whom his prophet is sitting in it, and by saving his prophet he have to save whomever else is sitting on that boat. So in this fight of good or bad, God become at bad side and destroy and kill the good side. After that, so it may remain only God and the bad guy. And again, in the next and the next and the next, divides and getting groups against each other. God again kill, the one whom is against his prophet. What I am to say here is that which side, is God prophet, and by that God is on that side. That is the case, That is fact of survival. Not being good, not being innocent, Yeah, it is all. What I say sound very rough. It does not sound pleasant as what you have heard about Jesus. As what as God prophet whom keep always with innocence, keep always with the weak one. But I'm not to fool anyone. I'm not to promise any paradise to anyone. To get him fooled enough and allow me to rule over him. What I am saying as God prophet. I talk about reality. I don't need any fool follow me. I don't need to promise or gardens of what you call it, full of flowers and pretty girls, to fool you to follow me. I tell you right and direct, I am God prophet, and you should follow me. If you don't, be careful, maybe my God storm, my God earthquake, my God flood kill you and your family. It is right and direct, I tell you. You know, in Persian they say truth is bitter. It is not sweet, you know. What you have heard from present prophets of past, you know, it was sweet words. What I am telling you the truth, and not sweet words, because it is the truth that send you to the right direction, not false dreams, not false. If you are a normal girl, you know, and you are pretty, but not that super pretty, not that super model. You know, if everyone tell you all the time that no one is prettier than you, you know, no one, you are over all the girls, you know. Every guy fall for you, you know. You are as sweet as honey, you know. If she hear these sweet words as much as she get fooled, and she fool herself and not see what she see in the mirror, and see herself as prettier than the girls that are much prettier and cuter and whatever else than her, she may reject whatever good guy whom come after her. And if these sweet words keep fooling her, she may remain without a husband, because she see herself much more than she is, and she cannot take any real guy, because all of them, according to him, to her, are not good enough for her. And of course, that sort of guy that she looking for, that she look at the ideal guy for her, are not blind, and they see those girls are much prettier than her, much younger than her, and I don't know what and they go after those girls whom they are prettier, and girls whom are, and guys whom are in her class, she deny, she reject. So I'm not telling you any sweet word, because sometimes I see those sweet words about some past prophets has blind many people to see the reality, to see the real guys, the real prophets whom were in their class in last 3,000 years, and they have rejected them because they saw themselves worshiping their ideal prophet, not a prophet, not just a prophet. They are, it is very different between you obeying God or you obeying your preferred God. Obeying preferred God is easy, is, everyone pray his preferred God. But obey the real God. If you obey the real God, so you are obeying God. Preferred things are easy and useless. If you obey your preferred God, you does not obey God at all. What you are obeying is your fantasy of God, is your imagination of God. It is not God. It is like you like a guy, and because you saw him once very happy, very social, very friendly, very good with manners and whatever else, so that you have pictured that from that guy. Then you come in more contact with him, and you see other side of him. You see him one day angry, and one day asocial, and one day not like that first picture that you have got from him. In case of that guy, it is easy to reject him and say no. If you be like that time, I want you. If you not be like that time, I don't want you. If you want to be like this and that, I don't want you. In case of God, you cannot reject God. God is God. He is angry or he is sweet, he sounds sweet. God is the same. God is God. And God is your God. He is not a guy to reject. As an example, in democratic countries, you have different parties, different political parties. And according to your economical class or your social class or whatever else in your life, positions or religion or whatever else, or one political party is you prefer to rule than others because they keep better what is in your benefit. They hold better, they support your benefit, while there are many other political parties which, if they are getting on power, you lose by ruling them. It is not in your benefit if they rule. So you have to sometimes vote for a particular party. If that party once had a very good candidate for presidency or prime minister or whatever else, and he was very type of guy that you liked, you know. Well, that time you have voted him and he ruled and it was good for you. But in 2 next elections, he is no longer able to be candidate of that party, and another party choose another guy. Now, because of your benefit, you have to again vote for the same party, because regardless of whom is their candidate, it is that party, it is candidate of that parties who support your benefits. Case of God and his prophets is the same. What once God party has sent someone like Moses, someone like Jesus, someone like Joseph, or whatever else for you. And once he said someone else, you know. If you will continue having God party ruling, you know, you, regardless of of God's candidate, of God's prophet, you must obey him and you must vote for him. It is fact of life. You cannot continue only vote for that candidate on 30 years ago from that party, you know, regardless of that party being the only good party for you or not. It was all. There is something that Christians, very good believers of them, use to say when they meet a new situation, when they want to handle a new situation. They used to say what Jesus would have done if he was instead of me in this situation. It is good as a believer that they believe their prophet so much, but are you Jesus? Are you God prophet? Is whatever you want is the same that whatever God in heaven wants because you are his prophet? No. So do not mistake yourself. Do not think that you can be like God prophet. Do not expect a God prophet behave in a way that you do the same. You know, there are priests for such things, to get raised and behave in a way who other people learn from and follow. Jesus had disciples. Which of them could have done what they say Jesus has done? They were normal people, while their Jesus was a God prophet. Whatever he wanted was whatever God wanted. So, and they were your teacher. In fact, they were your teacher. The real Jesus never was your teacher. It is a misunderstanding, you know. Oh, it is like you are a normal guy in a normal situation, and when you meet a new situation, you say, what will the king or the queen or will have done if she was in my situation? He is the king, she is the queen, and she has a lot of possibilities. You do not have any possibility. So do not allow this sort of mentality send you to wrong, and you mistaken from one way a God prophet like a normal man, and from other way a normal man like a God prophet. In continue of what I said about Christians and those whom try to put their prophet on their chair and manage the problem. There is something in your own Bible, in your own New Testament, which say the Roman guy come to Jesus and he say, I want you to heal my servant. And Jesus said, where is your house? Let us go there. And he said, no, there is no need we go there. Just if you wish, if you want, so he's healed, you know. My question is to you, can you do such thing? Can you wish something and God do what you wished? I have wished earthquakes and there come earthquakes. I have wished floods and there come floods. I have wished drought and there was drought. I have wished hurricanes and tornadoes and there was hurricanes and tornadoes. Can you do this? Can you wish this? Can you wish to stop this? If you can say what Jesus would have done if he was instead of you, or what you would have done if you were instead of Jesus. But you are not a prophet, and a prophet is not like you, a normal man either. Mr. Qaraati, whom is one of the best in learning Quran, in a interview about joking and laughing, good way of joking and laughing, said directly that he or they are not interested that Quran alphabetic code get clear to people. He said, example, that if in 1-2 days there will be no food for people, you must not say it to the people, because if they know it become worse. Instead of that, you must search for, find them food. It is better for them to not know that. And in case of Latin alphabet, there is not really any source that clearly say about the alphabet, what they are standing for, and what they mean, and how their combination will give meaning. It is no real source about that. Neither it is in case of Arabic or Persian, nor in case of Latin alphabet. So doubtlessly they are not to. It is what that they want to keep hide. It is a knowledge that they want to keep hide. You know, in the start of Bible, you hear that do not eat from tree of knowledge. You know. Let's look what is difference between having a knowledge and what is different between not having a knowledge, and whose benefit is in having a knowledge or not. Look at Iran in recent years. Iran had no really good car industry knowledge. They have improved their knowledge, and now, as they say, they make one car or one or more car that it is all designed and made by themselves. And in other hand, they strike their hands on nuclear technology. They have got the knowledge, and they are to building and using this knowledge to get a reliable source of energy. So knowledge is useful. Knowledge is that if you do not have that knowledge, you have to only import cars. You have to buy things from the one that has the knowledge. But if you have the knowledge, you can build whatever home. The one who has the knowledge can sell you. Now, take a look back at the books. You know, it is a good way to have two people, one in one hand of you, another in another hand of you. How can you do that? You know, you try to talk to one of them and say, oh, do not attention in the way that I behave, in the way that I manage with him, and I am with you. You know, and keep this one, you know. I am in secret with you, but in surface I have to be with the another one. You see, he is a world, he is a nationwide. And in other side, he promised you that he is with you, and whatever he do, it is for you. So in this way, the guy has both parts, and he talked with one of them in court, talked with one of them very clear, you know, and both of them think that he is with them and against the other. You know, case of Quran and Bible is somehow like that. You know, they are to promise to the prophets by their alphabetic codes that they are with the prophet, and they are only by their surface sentence are to fool others for the prophet. It is in one hand, and in other hand they have got they are fooling in one way. These people, they are fooling by their hiding behind their codes the prophet, and they have them both in their hands. You know, it is not the shit that I accept. It is I have God, you know. Even God has learned me the codes, the alphabetic codes, and of course the one whom wanted me and people in his hand. He wanted me to know the codes, you know. If you do not have something to be happy for, you will never trust such people. You will never trust that something is good for you. So, you know, to lose in a game, to lose in a poker, it is necessary that you learn poker. It is necessary that you win 1-2 times. After that, you may lose all you have in your life, because you think you get happy for what you know about the game that you know, and you get happy about the 1-2 times that you had success in it, and suddenly you find out you have lost all your life, whatever you had in a poker game. So these things are necessary to know the alphabet, what they are, to know the codes, what they are stand for, and to have some success through them. Doubtless, it is a part of game, you know. But at the end, the loser will be the prophet. It is why that regardless of what, I bring up these quotes, and unless those whom think they have inherited abuse of me, abuse of God, prophet, through such quotes in the book, they come to me and I hear what they want. Without knowledge, you are just a lamb. Without knowledge, you need a shepherd, you know. I know I need no shepherd, you know. I'm God's prophet, and I can shepherd myself. And whom follow me. I need not know any third guy beside God that I have in heaven shepherding me. God's prophets are not different from others. If you get to a trouble, you know, and you wake up and you find out yourself in a trouble, first of all, you do your best. You try your best to get yourself out of your trouble. Then, if it was not possible, if you know your child, your next one, will have the same trouble, will get born in the same quicksand. So you try to make a testament, as they say, you know, all about in Bible, they call it testament, you know. You try to make a testament to guide your next to not make the same mistake as you. You try to tell him what you have learned. You try to educate him enough that he does not fall in the same quicksand as you, or at least he does not make those tries that got him more deep in the quicksand. It is what may Moses have done, it is may what Jesus have done, or it is may what Samuel or Muhammad has done. You try to write your words among those words that those who press you more down in the quicksand want to say. Surely, if you directly say all you people that you see around, it is all of them that put you in the quicksand. It is all of them that press you more, keep you in the quicksand. They press you more in the quicksand. So sometimes you may have to say something, or you may have to say in a way that they keep these words. They give your testament to your next. And surely in what you write, in what they give to your next, They give only what is in their benefit, what keeps you in the quicksand, what press you more down in the quicksand. But you do your best to guide your next, to come out of that quicksand, And so his next and his next and his next will try to do the same. Maybe one get able to come out of this quicksand. In science, we have the same routine, we have the same progress method. There is one scientist from some 100 years ago. He has done some research and he has reached some results, but he did not get succeed to what he wanted. And so his word get to the next and the next and the next. And in one time, one of the scientists make it able what the first scientist had in mind, had imagined, and knew that it is reachable. For example, man wanted always to fly, and it started 100 different ways, and finally Wright brothers make the first aeroplane which was able to fly. Or when man wanted to make a computer, it has started from many 100 years ago, and finally someone has made one, and after that get more progressed, and we have our today computers, and in future we may have much better computers. Case of prophets are the same. Case of religion, and it's not religion, we can say these books, Quran, Torah, Bible, or Old and New Testament and Quran is among those words that is only in benefit of those who kept the prophet in quicksand. They said their words to guide one of the future generations, the lucky one, to get out of this quicksand and get over all those whom keep him in the in 2010 we had hurricane, a lot of hurricanes, and right after hurricane got finished in November and December, we had Arctic cold in Europe and US, and in January, which was winter, start of winter, we had spring, good weather, 6, 7, 8 degree warm, and now, which is May, and it is spring, and about 1 or 2 weeks ago. Trees flowered. Now it is summer warm, and it is beach time. All has happened as God prophet wanted. And all of them affect your life in this planet. I don't know it is in your benefit or not to continue, reject and deny God and His Prophet.